Good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to Saturday night, and welcome back to Romhack Races. It's good to see you. I am really excited for this one. Oh, this is going to be fun. Get ready. Oh, we got a great level for you. If you're just joining us, this is your first time here, you don't know what this is all about, welcome to Romhack Races. You heard that already. You know as much as this is Romhack Races, but what you might not know is that these are never-before-seen Super Mario World Kaizo levels. We race them every week. The racers have no idea what they're going to do. They're just going to have to wing it, and it's a whole lot of fun. We got a new maker every week. This week's maker, oh geez, yeah. You might recognize them as the maker of Arcane Mario World or Kaizo Crisis, if you've played that. They've made a couple of contest levels, and they are a absolutely top-tier Magic the Gathering player. Please tap your remaining fuzzies for Mithrillionaire, our maker tonight. This is week 209, and it's Attack of Fuzzilla. Let's go. I have the pleasure of testing this level along with Kerr, RB Pimlico, SQL Infection. This is going to be so fun. I am excited for everyone to see this. I'm excited to show this off. I didn't even really do anything. My testing was, oh, hey, I think this is awesome. But it's really, really going to be a good time. Man, I'm so excited. Get ready. Length of longest section, hardest trick to figure out, and hardest trick to execute tonight were rated by us, the testers, at 5 out of 10. So you're going to see a down-the-middle race with, no... I don't know. I was going to say no surprises or anything, but there's always surprises in Romhack races. But really down the middle tonight. Consistency at the parts they already learned. One-shots on a new obstacle. I think execution. Just pure old execution is going to win the day here. These racers are definitely up to it. We got Mark Alarm in the upper left, B2 DE81 in the upper right, Revelug in the lower left, and Nathan MG in the lower right. Be a little patient with us. Doc and Kelgand are helping us scout tonight. They're doing great. Thank you so much for that. They're going to rotate streamers in as people make progress. Hopefully we'll get to see everybody's clear. Walking Stick of Butter, thank you for the Prime sub to start us off, and let's go. The city is under attack by fuzzies. If Mario can lure their queen away from the city, he may have a chance to save the day. Ah! Look out. Let's go. This, I mean, right off the bat, Attack of Fuzzilla, and this level absolutely wastes no time in living up to its name. We got a giant fuzzy in the, oh, it's so fun. I don't know if it's a he or a she or they, but this giant fuzzy is real big, real mad. Maybe not even mad, just maybe having a good day. And keep your eye on Revelug in the lower left-hand corner, making big progress. So first thing these racers are learning, you can spin jump on the big fuzzy, just like any other big fuzzy. And Revelug, oh my gosh, lower left-hand corner, Revelug. Holy moly. Spin jumping on the big fuzzy and using spin jumps to also poof these little fuzzy bats, which are just freaking adorable. I love them. Revelug on a tear right now. Great reads. Holy cow. Could this be? Oh my word. Revelug just taking their time. Now they may have learned that the big fuzzy moves like a disco shell. And here goes Revelug. Wow, this read right now. All eyes on the lower left-hand corner. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. Revelug. It's the floor is yours, my friend. What are they going to do here at the end? Holy cow. There's a pipe. They got the big fuzzy. This is actually unprecedented. That is still the read of a lifetime. And Revelug takes a huge lead in less than 2 minutes. That was one of the best sight reads that I've seen on a Romhack race in some time. Revelug didn't know any of those obstacles. If you're not familiar with Romhack races, these are just new levels, and the players are just sight reading what they see. That was actually amazing. Big Fuzzy moves like a disco shell. Revelug has definitely put that together, but they still need consistency to get back to the end. So don't think that the win for them is assured right now. It could be Nathan MG in the lower right, making some more knowledge at a more reasonable human pace here. B2 as well. So Big Fuzzy, like we said, moves like a disco. Little Fuzzy bats are just regular swoopers, but they've been adorably retextured. I wanted to ask Mithrillionaire, our maker, are those custom bats? I've never seen the little fuzzy bats before. I don't know who made those graphics, but they are chef's kiss. Just chef kiss. and you want to kind of guide the Big Fuzzy around. So it's going to kind of chase you, and if you go on the opposite side, it's going to move to the opposite side. Think of it just like a big giant disco shell that you spin on. You made those, Mithrillionaire? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm not, you know, I mean, they're your graphics, to do with as you will. If you wanted to put them on SMW Central, I think a lot of people would be pretty happy to use these big friends in, big or little fuzzy bat friends in their own works, because this is, I just love them. Look at their little fun little wings. I think the fuzzy bats are just top tier, absolutely top tier. Mark Alarm, B2 Revelug, Nathan MG right now. Excuse me, oh my gosh. Yeah, pardon me. This level's also got these, you see the outlined note blocks. When a sprite touches the outlined note block, it will bounce it. That's a pretty common thing, you know, we've seen that, but keep note of that in this level and be watching for that. The 1F0, the little, looks like a little silver rail, that's going to be solid for the Big Fuzzy, but not for Mario. That's a common, you know, common thing, but I like to try to explain this stuff for people that are completely new. And with that, if you have any questions or anything, I didn't explain something, or you want to learn about a mechanic, rule number 1 is don't feel dumb, just ask it, because you get to feel smart because you're learning. And rule number 2 is ask it, because, you know, we like to try to educate as well as entertain here. There's a little bit of tech to explain, but this level is, I think, very just right down the middle in terms of execution. Not a lot of huge brain here. Revelug, though, in the lower left could be another run. Watch the lower left. But I was saying, not a lot of huge brain here, but some good twists and tricks that make it just a competition of execution. I really like that. Competition, though, in big air quotes. We're here to support everybody, and if you have a racer you're rooting for in particular, I want to see their emotes in chat. I like that Romhack Race chat can be a melting pot of different streamers, communities who, you know, come out to support their favorite friends. We've seen good shots from Nathan. We've seen good shots from You Fail Me. Revelug looking for that consistency, trying to get back. And this is a good example, not to use anyone as a negative example, but this is a good example of how sometimes you get the one shot and you've learned a lot about what's coming up, but if you don't capitalize on it, you still need the consistency to get back. And meanwhile, other players have learned more and they may be able to take the lead. Now Revelug could seal it here. No, You Fail Me. Oh, look out. Revelug now back at the pipe. Now this is a tricky obstacle here, but I think the racers see what to do. They are really having some trouble because that Big Fuzzy's hitbox is equally big, and you know, just the very edge of that Big Fuzzy will touch you and get you. So you can't really cheat by getting a little bit too close. Really got to stay away from it. So it's a question now. Yeah, right now you're looking at a couple of racers, Revelug, Nathan, who both like know what to do here. They've got this all figured out. They know what the obstacles are. All they have to do is make it happen. And that's another place where this level kind of comes in, is because the execution is tricky as the Fuzzy is responding to the player's movement. Now here's You Fail Me into the checkpoint, but hold the phone because Halcyon in the lower right had already gotten there first. So it is now dead heat going into the second section. We're looking for Revelug to catch up, but keep your eye on the upper left and lower right for You Fail Me and Halcyon. Here goes Revelug, though. Come on, lower left. Corner, Revelug trying to dodge that Fuzzy. Move him around. Oh, yeah, not taking any chances with that Goomba. That big boost, and that's going to seal it. Revelug in the pipe. Nice job. B2 DE in the upper right still looking for the checkpoint. And now we got the second section. So more of what you've seen here. Big Fuzzy's scooting around doing more awesome Big Fuzzy stuff. And we got the grab block to open the little cracked block there. You see You Fail Me throwing that grab block in to open the way. And keep in mind that these bats can't be spun jumped on. You got a regular jump on the bats, or else you're going to just bust right through them. I really, really like the cityscape in the background here. It's just, I don't know, Fuzzilla threatens the city. Gotta watch out. It's very like New Donk City, you know? And of course, you know, we got Booster's Tower to wash it all down. One of my favorite SMW tracks, or SMW. They're all SMW tracks now. Yo, who you got in the poll? See who it could be. We're here to cheer everybody on, but you know, there's a little bit of a race going on here too. You know, it's a it's a 70-30 split, you know, between good times and a race. That's a little bit of topical humor. Trying to guide this fuzzy is the tricky part. Here goes You Fail Me, excuse me. Making a little bit of progress in the upper left. So first off, just dodging the fuzzies, opening the cracked blocks like we mentioned with the on-off. And I like the use of that Kaizo. You got to land on the Kaizo block, and that lets you reset your jump. If you were to not land, then you just have to hit something with a spin. You Fail Me, though, getting dangerously consistent in the upper left corner. And now they are, yeah, working through this little bounce combo section here. They look like they are just about one obstacle ahead of the pack right now. Even though some others had gotten here a little bit sooner. And it's going to come down to consistency. Can You Fail Me hang on to this knowledge with consistency? Just get tries at that over and over again. Looks like they are doing, ooh, great right now. But that big fuzzy hitbox begs to differ. Nine minutes in here. If you want to try this level for yourself, check out romhackraces.com, the official romhackraces.com website. Are there? Wow, that's good, man. We've had some big signups, man. 18 racers is big tonight. And you are seeing some of the best Kaizo gameplay the community has to offer here. You Fail Me. Here we are, back again. Oh, geez. Could we have maybe a save. You Fail Me definitely gets it there, but I think you know, having played this and tested it myself, the difficulty here really comes down to kind of moving the big fuzzy around. I think it moves well. It's not janky. In fact, it's sensitive. It moves like a disco, and since it's big, most players, myself included, aren't necessarily used to guiding such a big object. Right? We're used to guiding a tiny little disco shell that kind of scoots around on the floor. This guy is large and in charge, and it can be a little bit just different, you know, just like you're normally a race car driver, and now you're driving a freaking Mack truck. Look out, You Fail Me. Could this be? Oh, man, I love this ending. Oh, don't get... Oh! Oh! No, You Fail Me. I think they were trying to rush it just a little bit. This level really, at the Goomba part and at the pipe there, this level really tends to reward just a little bit of patience. Yeah, don't be hasty, because that big fuzzy is moving quick, and if you get out of the way, it's going to come right at you. So I think maybe You Fail Me there just got a little bit hasty. Let's see if they can get back here. Upper left. Nice throw with that grab block. That was really good. And yeah, You Fail Me could have another chance at this. All eyes on the upper left, but could it be Revelug right below? Oh my gosh. Oh, look out, Revelug. Oh no, could it be? Could it be? Oh my word. Oh my word. Wow. Wow. What an ending. Wow. That was, what, less than 2 or 3 seconds apart. Amazing finish. 3-second difference. Photo finish. We gotta talk to the judges on that one. You Fail Me right ahead of Revelug. I was wondering if someone was gonna slip up right at the end, right? Because if You Fail Me would have died, or if Revelug would have died, it might have changed it. You know, that was really cool. Nicely done. You Fail Me, Kelgan, thank you so much for the info. Always helping us out. You Fail Me, 11:29, Revelug 11:26, and maybe a retime too. Amazing. Revelug, thank you for the raid. How'd that poll work out? That was such a good, excuse me, that wasn't even a poll for the racer. Yeah, that was such a good ending, y'all. Earned it. GG. We got KLDC judge Louis Duce in the upper left, Mr. Hank Scorpio in the lower left, and Nathan and Halcyon on their respective sides. Still looking for that. We're looking for third. Looking for the podium there. Revelug, that was such a good sight read. Out of everyone tonight, you know, we got some good clears, we had some good stuff, but I'm gonna give you the 500 cool points because that first section sight read was really legendary, and you know, even though it didn't result in a checkpoint that time, boy, that was a good one. That's a good rip. We're all happy to see it. So GG. We got Jank Pickle in the lower left, contender for third. Halcyon, Nathan, Louie. Who's it gonna be? Yeah, I'm also starting to think, too, that we may need a crossover episode with Chungalumba and Fuzzilla. I, for one, welcome Fuzzilla into the, you know, lexicon of beloved Mario World characters. Mithrillionaire, I think we should give a round of applause for Mithrillionaire in chat for being so kind and bringing this blessing to us all, giving us all Fuzzilla. He's a good buddy. He's a good buddy. You know, this is true too, because like the Fuzzies are one of my favorite characters in all of Mario World. And way back when, in the ancient times of 1992, 1993, the Fuzzies did not get named in Mario World. They're not in the credits, and they're not in the manual, and they just don't have a name. But when I was a kid, I called them Fuzzies. I was like, oh, those things are, because they just obviously are. They look like fuzzies, and they're fuzzy, and so I called them Fuzzies. And as far as I know, the first game to ever officially canonize their name as Fuzzies was in fact Paper Mario, the first one on Nintendo 64, because I remember playing it and they said, oh, these are Fuzzies, and I'm like, yes, I knew it all along. Mark Alarm sitting on the H. We got how many? 5 now. B2, Nathan, Jank Pickle, and Halcyon. Second sections all around. We're still looking for third. So check out how freaking tight those 2 wins were. I'm almost, you know, I know it's not a tie, but for all intents and purposes, that's a tie in everything other than the seconds on the timer. Really well played tonight. It's rare to see an ending that close, especially first and second. So I want to say thank you, because that's a rare treat. Yeah, what do you think woke Fuzzilla up? Was it mankind's reckless use of atomic energy? Was it some sort of geologic activity that opened a fissure in the Marianas Trench? Or I guess since this is Mario, it would be the Marianas Trench. Halcyon, check out the lower right here. We could see something. Oh, we're gonna see something. Oh, hey, Halcyon. Gotta watch out. You know, I don't think that Mecha Fuzzilla is dead. I think that he's just going back to sleep. I think Mecha Fuzzilla sleeps beneath the lava, similar to Godzilla, and Mecha Fuzzilla maybe, well, not Mecha, just regular Fuzzilla, maybe back. And Halcyon here, back on the podium. A really strong player, honestly. Drop a follow if these racers have impressed you. Go over and say hey on their channel. Give them a sub. Give them your money. Drop a coin in their hat for the entertainment tonight. GG Halcyon, a really strong player. We got Louis Duce in the lower right, Jank Pickle in the lower left, Nathan MG lower upper right, and B2 in the diagonally adjacent corner. You gotta know triple Pythagorean geometry to follow this commentary. I feel rude too, I didn't even ask. How are you, chat? How's your Saturday? How you feeling? We're here to cheer for everybody. We're 17 minutes in. We got some time tonight, so sit back, relax, kick it with us and Fuzzilla. You failed me. Thank you for the raid. Good job tonight. Good job. That was such a clutch finish. GG on, what's that, first place? By 3 seconds. Three of the clutchest seconds I ever saw. Good job. Really good job. Oh, Fuzzilla won the poll too. All right. What we'd like to see. I'm glad the support for Fuzzilla is strong in chat. We're a Fuzzilla family. If you're having fun and you think that you'd like to take this level on for yourself, go over to romhackraces.com. You can download this patch or any of the other 208 levels that we've had for our races. If you're looking for something to test your sight reading skills, or you want a more bite-sized Kaizo challenge, or you don't want to try out a whole hack or something, you know, try one of the Romhack race levels. You can see how hard it is before you play it, and once you beat the one level, then you get to win. You know, instead of maybe a whole hack and you get a couple levels in and then find one you don't like and, ah, geez, no, I didn't beat the hack, I failed. You know, don't fail. Try a Romhack race level. It's a bite-sized, one-size-fits-all, super fun time. Hang out with us on Discord if you'd like to talk shop or you want to learn. If you have questions, please ask. But I think this level is pretty self-explanatory, and that's a sign of a good build. It doesn't need a lot to, you know, be understood. If you like this too, I would highly recommend 2 hacks from Mithrillionaire. They've made Arcane Mario World, which is really good, and more recently they've made Kaizo Crisis. They are both freaking splendid. Honestly, on a personal note, not to get too personal here or anything, but Mithrillionaire is a maker that I've really been impressed to see you grow, and to develop your skills and to stick with it. I know Mithrillionaire. I remember when you know years ago you kind of came by chat. And, oh, what's this Kaizo stuff? It seems cool, and it's been really cool. It's an awesome privilege as a streamer, commentary, community helper, to, you know, see people like that come up into the group and turn into really excellent people, really good makers. That's been a great pleasure. Hank Scorpio with the H. Can't spell Hank without it. B2, Nathan, Jank Pickle, and Louie here. Still trying to guide Fuzzilla. Fuzzilla? Is it Fuzzilla or is it Fuzzilla? Because that kind of sounds like a Snoop Dogg thing. Like, hey Snoop Dogg, why are you buying those size 55 Nike shoes? Fuzzilla. Godzilla. Stucat as well with the H. We are heating up here. Battle for 4th place going on. Could it be Louis Duce? All eyes on the lower right. Oh geez, watch out, Louis. Oh, all right. I like that because I like that ending because it's like, oh, that's great. I like that ending because it's easy but it's tough. You know, it's easy to wreck yourself on. Louis there did exactly what I did when I was testing this level, and I got to that section. I saw the H, right? You know, you see the H there and you think, oh, okay, we're gonna do another section. And so yeah, Louis did the same thing I did and ran right to the left. Maybe there's a level over there. Who knows? You gotta check. That's how you know. That's how you tell the gamers. You know, true gamers are willing to just run and jump off a pit because maybe there's a secret down there. Apparently, I'm joking on this one, but apparently not many of you played Donkey Kong Country growing up, where unless you're willing to jump in every single pit for no reason at all and lose all your lives, you're just not gonna find the secrets. Secret in Donkey Kong Country is a word that does a lot of heavy lifting. Secret means which of the pits in this level have you not fallen in? No, B2 though, upper left, not trying to fall in any pits. Nice pipe entry there, pal. Nice pipe entry. Oh, I wonder if you could quantum. Well, yeah, you could quantum. And B2 puts the Fuzzilla back to sleep under the ocean, only to rise again someday. And that's a win for B2. Nicely done. Man, fun level tonight. I was really excited for everybody to see this level after I tested it. Jank Pickle. Ooh. Had a run there. Almost. Yeah, yo, for those wondering, it seems like a lot of people's, myself included, a lot of folks' ISPs, internet connections, been a little weird lately in the U.S. There've been, I think, hurricanes, storms, and kind of some troubles lately. So I've heard it's not just me, it's not just you, it's not just us. We had some frames, but we had some good games too, because Nathan's out of here. You know, if you don't drop frames, how do you know you're playing good games? I ask you. Nathan MG, always a strong contender. Good reads here tonight. We got Stu Cat, Mr. Hank Scorpio, Jank Pickle, and Mark Alarm. Everybody working on the second section. You love to see it. Actually, could I get a check-in chat? What was the clear time? What was the winning? The winning clear time was blah 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 and blah blah blah. Nathan, yo, thank you for the raid. Good clear tonight. Good clear. It was a fast one, and that was still a sub 25. It's a tough level and some good play when sub 25 is a real competitive time. Nicely done tonight. Welcome in, everybody. If you don't know what we're up to here, I'm sure you do. Romhack races, sight reading Kaizo levels, Jank Pickle with the clear, building a whole clear out of the Legos they found under the couch. The cat stole them. Good job, Jank Pickle. Oh, yo, I love that. Jank Pickle just beats the level offline. I like that. It always makes me laugh. Like streamers, you know, racers just like beat the level, mic drop, done. Nicely done. Excuse me. Oh, clever. Stu Cat, Mr. Hank Scorpio, Enter of Games, and Mark Alarm right now. 11:26, 11:29 for the first two clears. That's pretty good. That's very good, actually. My time in testing was I think like 17XX. Mark Alarm in that pipe, and maybe trying to do a no P-speed Yoshi tongueless midair shell jump Celeste dash berry grab. That was what they did. Take my word for it. I'm the commentator. Great move. Very technical by Mark Alarm. Drawing up some ASM that lets them win the level immediately. You know, this, maybe I don't want to play the whole of Mario RPG, because that can be a time-consuming game. But, I kind of do want to go on the Moleville Mountain minigame, the source of Corndilly. Yeah, there's nothing in the rules that says a dog can't play Kaizo. I got into a rabbit hole and discovered that there's a whole series of Airbud movies. They just go. They just go whatever you could think of, like for situations to put Airbud in. Boy, they've done it. You know, I can't prove that anybody you're seeing on the screen isn't a dog right now. Isn't that like an internet rule? You can't prove anyone's not a dog. Mr. Hank Scorpio, though. Stu Cat, though. That's either definitely not a dog or definitely a dog. Because they don't want you to think that. Ender of Games and Mangort right now hanging out. Mark Alarm, thank you for the raid. What's up, what's up? We're trying to figure out who's a dog and who's not. It's tricky business. GG on the level tonight. Click on some names in chat. Follow some streamers. There are plenty of really great people in our community. I would love to do more to celebrate that and let people know where to go if you want some more cool content in your lives. There's a lot of great people playing Kaizo. People who would love to see you hanging out in their streams. I don't mean to be annoying necessarily, but I really want to try to show for the racers, the makers, you know. Drop a follow for Romhack Races, but check out other names that you see. Help everybody get themselves out there. Oh man, you know, I'd like to highlight some hacks that are new and coming out on SMW Central right now. If you're looking for some more Kaizo stuff to play, but in truth, I don't actually know. I don't know what's new because I haven't been moderating anything. I have been working on judging KLDC, so there's a lot of them. I've seen some cool new ones get posted, but yeah, I don't know what they are. So you'll have to go and find out for yourself on SMW Central. Oh, yo, new Light Alliance collab hack. Nice. Yeah, if you're really looking for what's new, dip your toes into the experimental section and try some stuff in waiting. Those are hacks that, you know, people can play and have access to, but have not actually been approved for inclusion by a moderator. Ender of Games here, lower left-hand corner. They could have a shot at getting out. Oh, don't be hasty, no! They got a little too hasty. They had to move a little quicker or jump back to the left once more in order to keep that fuzzy from getting too close. Those fuzzies, man. Mangort, too, looking for their way out. Mangort and Ender of Games at the bottom of your screen on the first section. Mr. Hank Scorpio Stucat on the second. This is a really solid example of a 5 out of 10 level. I really just, this is so down the middle, and I really like that about it. It's very balanced level in that it's easy to see what to do, but because of the gimmick, the big fuzzy and the way it moves, it's hard to do what to do. And I really like that particular dynamic in levels. Sometimes levels that are, and this isn't a bad thing, but just to describe, sometimes levels that are like very readable or clear, like you're sacrificing a certain amount of difficulty sometimes for clarity, or you're going way over the top and you're making something that's really clear what you do, like some kind of ridiculous shell trick that's just absurd to pull off. And it's interesting to be able to design a level that is obvious but engagingly challenging. Like, you try it and then you die and you're like, what the, oh, come on, I'm gonna get that. And then you die a couple more times. It's like a carnival game, except it's not rigged. It's just like a carnival game, right? Like a like knock down the, I don't know, maybe folks not in the US wouldn't know about it, but you go to a carnival and they have a game where they stack up a bunch of milk bottles in a pyramid shape, and all you have to do is throw the baseball and knock them down. And, you know, the carnival will glue them down or rig it or whatever, but assuming it's not rigged, you step up to the game and you think, oh, this looks easy. And then you try it, and then you mess up and you say, oh, I could get that. Come on, just give me another try. Give me another try. That's the kind of feeling that you get out of a level like this, where it's clear what you do, but just getting it to work and having fun trying is the good level design. Or to put it another way, it's a lot like pinball. Pinball itself, I got pinball on the brain these days, but pinball itself is very much like you have the ball going for a little bit, and then it bounces bad and it drains, and you think, oh, one more try. I could get it. I only messed up a little bit. One more try. I'm not gonna mess it up this time. And you don't realize that, like, the game is kind of trying to do that to you on purpose, you know? Like, sometimes you just lose a life, but you're so busy telling yourself, I'm gonna get it, one more try, that you don't realize you've just, you know, accomplished something difficult. That's good design. Very good design, and that's what's going on here. Oh, geez, Ender. Man, I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for Ender of Games here. I'm rooting for everybody, but Ender a little bit more. A little bit more in particular. Special cheerings on. Could you explain regrabs like you're a Kaizo baby? I absolutely can. Mario falls more slowly when you are holding the jump button in the air. In order to change the height of your jump, you must let go of the jump button. If you jump up in the air and hold the button while you're in the air, you will get a jump that goes a wide distance but doesn't go very high. Good players are really, really good at doing that very subtly, on the fly, and very accurately. It's a sleight of hand kind of trick. That's like the most Kaizo baby explanation I can give for regrabs. Can you get into the first pipe without using the Goomba? I doubt it. I tested it, and I wasn't able to do it. I'm going to doubt it. Unless you could maybe find a way to generate more speed or have a nice sub-pixel oscillation. But yeah, I sincerely doubt you could. Think of regrabs like a parachute. First you jump up in the air. Then you let go of the button. Then you re-grab, or re-press is more accurate, but we got stuck calling them regrabs, so that's just what they are now. Nicely done, Ender. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ender of Games getting crushed by the Big Fuzzy in a brand new section. That is always cool. Nice job, Ender. We call them re-grab, but a re-press would be a better nomenclature. There's a discussion to name regrabs ollies. Yeah, they are kind of the ollie of Mario World. Maybe the ollie, maybe the kickflip of Mario World. The basic thing, you know, you learn how to do it, then you get really good at doing it. But yeah, you jump up in the air, you let go of the button in order to stop going up in the air. Then you re-grab or re-press the button. And you can think of that like deploying a parachute, right? Is when you hold that button in the air, you don't have to let it go and repress it, but if you press the jump button and go all the way up in the air, you'll do what's called a full jump, which just means you never let the button go ever. So you got the maximum height for your jump, and you did slow fall the whole way down. You can control that in any number of ways. Lower height, slow fall here or there, earlier, later, whatever you want to do, whatever the situation calls for. But think of it like a parachute. If you're not holding the jump button in the air, and then you're deploying a really crappy parachute. It's like a really crappy parachute with holes in it. It doesn't really like make you float, but it does kind of slow your fall a little bit. Were you ever a kid and you tried to like jump off the swing set with an umbrella, you know, thinking you'd fly like Mary Poppins? Or was it just me? It's kind of like that, right? It doesn't actually slow you down. It doesn't make you float, but it does kind of grab the air a little bit. Please note, you are not able to float like Mary Poppins with an umbrella. Do not jump off of high structures with a deployed umbrella. You will injure yourself and others. And to add insult to injury, you will damage your umbrella, rendering you damp and uncomfortable. I'm not telling you what to do. I am providing a legally obligated disclaimer. When they say don't try this at home, they're not saying I have the ability to make you not try this at home. They are not making that claim. We got What's Up Dot here I want to shout out in the lower right though. Ender of Games looking for What's Up in the second section. Mr. Hank Scorpio and Stu Cat in the top trying for that win. And What's Up Dot working hard here. Second section too, so good moves here. Everybody on the H. Well, you know, floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee is a lot of work. Muhammad Ali put in serious time to do that. And now you don't have to. You can cook like a butterfly and grill like a bee with my brand new patented grill. It's got slots in it and it heats up and you cook your food on it and it's an amazing invention. Stu Cat though looking to invent an ending here, upper right hand corner. Gotta guide that fuzzy away and then break the, stomp on those bats to get through. I love those fuzzy bats. Look at them being all fuzzy. And that's a win. GG, sub 40 minutes. Stu Cat, let's go. Proto Pizza looking at the last section as well, so it's getting competitive here. I like that strat that What's Up Dot's using in the lower right. They're probably going to get back there. Instead of throwing, they open one gate with the grab block, and then instead of throwing the second one forward, which is kind of difficult to do, instead what they do is just drop it forward. If you didn't know, that silver railing that the big fuzzy is moving on, that's called a 1F0. And it does complicated code things that we don't need to explain. For our purposes, it puts sprites in a state of infinite falling, but they can't actually pass through the gate. So as long as they're on the gate, what the game thinks is that it's just falling. Oh, and Mr. Hank Scorpio, though, trying to fall into that pipe. And so what that means is, since they won't pass through, sprites, not Mario, sprites, anything that's alive and moving in the game, will just slide along it. There are some exceptions. Those fuzzies on lines don't interact with it because they're on a line. But the way that What's Up Dot's using it here is to, if you throw the grab block, it'll scoot along the 1F0, but if you drop the grab block, it will just move slower. Right? It's still moving. It's still moving to the right. It has that rightward momentum. You can think of 1F0s as like a frictionless surface. That's pretty much what's going on. It's like whatever sprite drops down onto it. Some sprites don't interact with it, but you know, shells, grab blocks, keys, pals, interactable objects, chucks, and other things will like act as though it's a frictionless surface, and they just move along with no stopping ever. So by dropping that grab block, it's pretty smart actually, because What's Up Dot doesn't need to make, well, they're not doing it now, they went back to the throw, but they don't need to make such a precise toss. They can just drop it and kind of just hang out and wait, because it will slowly move over there, and they can do that because they know there is no friction. Thank you very much for hanging out, Agaria. Always a good time just to try our best. I hope you had a good time. Thanks for racing with us. Why are they called 1F0? That's a good question. Aim Pine has the right answer. So the game understands each block as having like a hexadecimal value, so it can keep track of them all. The particular hexadecimal value for that tile is 1F0, and since the tile, what it really is called a slope assist tile, but that kind of makes less sense than calling it a 1F0, so that's just kind of what the community is defaulted to calling them. I feel like some of our names and things for stuff are kind of outdated at this point. Like a re-grab really should just be called a repress or something because it makes way more sense. Yeah. The thing about 1F0s too is under the hood in the game, it's just an invisible tile that helps slopes to work out better. I don't really know why or how, but slopes, especially in old games, are notoriously clippable. Their hit detection just doesn't like to work here. Mr. Hank Scorpion, though, trying to work for a clear upper left. And so you can make tiles have a different graphic. And so that's what ROM hackers do. They take this invisible tile and they give it a new graphic. In this case, these graphics are the top of the bridge. The gold donut bridge is the little top of the bridge there. They give it a new graphic so it's visible and then just put it around places. Mr. Hank Scorpio, though, getting around and getting out of this level. Sub 45, well done. Big sub-hour clears tonight. I love it. Please feel free to ask questions. That is all good. I like it, actually. Honestly, I like it. It makes me happy to kind of hang out and chat about SMW tech. And at a certain point, there's only so much commentary I can give on the obstacles. But if you're unclear on something, even if you think I already said it, ask again. That's fine. If you just got here. We got Mangort, we got Proto Pizza, Ender of Games, and what's up, Dot? It's really kind of remarkable to me how certain old school games, many old school games really, but certain old school games take it to an extreme. Mangort, look out, upper left. What was I gonna? I was about to say something. I swear I had a thought there. And then Mangort was making some good moves. Oh, good safe play. Oh. They were so good. They played so safe. Oh, geez, Mangort. We did. We had 2 wins tonight within 3 seconds. Revelug and You Fail Me. You Fail Me got it. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I was just going to say how it's remarkable how certain old games can have enough information and stuff about them that, you could kind of like teach a whole undergraduate class. You really honestly could have just like a textbook of Kaizo Mario principles and things. There's a lot of information. So if you're new, don't feel dumb or bad for feeling, for being overwhelmed or just like being like, wow, this is a lot of information to take in. It is. It's literally like a whole undergraduate class. It's a subdiscipline, Mario World specifically, just all the little teeny tiny things about it. And let alone remembering all of that, right? You learn all the properties, but are you going to actually be able to teach yourself to think in those terms? Be kind to yourself today, chat, please. Please, please. What ROM hacks to start with? Well, I'll give you my answer. I'll give you my answer, and you can do with that what you will. You can always play beginner hacks. You can go and search for the beginner. You can find quickie worlds and easy Kaizo worlds. And you can also go and level up yourself and play something that's a little bit above your skill level. Play maybe Akagare or something. And that's all well and good. and that will help you out. If you really truly want, the GC7 answer to that question, play more standard stuff. If I know it sounds counterintuitive, it's like when I was younger and I would practice my guitar, my dad would always say, slow down, slow down, slow down. Don't play so fast. Dad had a point in that one because it gets you trained like properly. So, I don't know, maybe find some standard stuff and give it a try. It's one thing to play a level like this. Most Kaizo levels are a fairly linear Ninja Warrior type obstacle course. Think of like Ultimate Ninja Warrior. You start out the course, you swing across the rope, then you climb up the slanty part, then you jump across the pillows, and then you go through the rope. There's like one thing you do. And maybe you might tackle the rope course differently than someone else or whatever, but like, how do you get up there? You climb the rope. That's the thing you do. Kaizo is a lot like that, and when you play Kaizo, you're applying your skills just as much as you are like developing them. So to keep with the Ultimate Ninja Warrior analogy, don't just run the Ninja Warrior obstacle course rope, just work on arm strength. If you have good arm strength, you will be able to do the rope, and maybe it'll be a different rope, and you'll be able to climb that rope because you just have the core strength. That's why standard matters, because you learn to improvise. Yeah, you might end up doing some boring stuff over and over again, just duplicating a block or jumping on this thing, but a lot of people who are really good at Kaizo and have spent a lot of time with it have also spent an unfathomable amount of time with the vanilla game. And my advice is to take the vanilla game and treat it like a playground. If you think you're so good, and I don't mean this as like a challenge, but right, you think you're so good at Kaizo, you want to get better at Kaizo, okay, then the vanilla game should be no problem. In fact, it should be so easy for you that you can clown on it, Just go and clown on the vanilla game. Try to do swag. Just go to the special zone and try to surf on the fish, or try to only spin jump on top. Try to do shell jumps. Try to find places to fly and do Yoshi stuff. Run around and be precise. I really truly believe that Kaizo is like a martial art. And you can't just learn a martial art by fighting a sequence of opponents. No sequence of opponents will ever make you a true champion, truly master martial artist, right? You can't just fight somebody and then fight somebody tougher and fight somebody tougher. You've got to go to the gym and develop the core skills. The stuff that doesn't happen in the fight, the stuff that you use when you're fighting. And maybe this sounds silly or I'm taking the analogy too far, but Kaizo Mario retro gaming is a martial art. You can think of it like a martial art, and when you do, you will get good feedback from that. You'll see how it is a martial art more and more. So, yeah, learn the core skills. Get as good as you can at moving Mario. Literally, I know it sounds stupid, but that's the kind of unsexy, uninteresting, not very engaging sometimes practice. Sit down and just do 50 shell jumps in a row. Just do that. Don't do anything else. Sit down and just jump and just move the character around forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Get so stupidly, unbelievably good at moving that little plumber man around. And if you are stupidly, unbelievably good at moving the plumber man around, then you will be able to learn whatever Kaizo you want in time if you have the mentality. For example, oh, Mangor, that was, look at, oh, jeez. I was watching the whole time. I didn't want to curse it. For example, I don't mean to use myself. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not singular as a player, but I played Super Mario World since 1992, and by the time I already picked up Kaizo, I had already spent an unfathomable amount of time with Mario World itself. I was already bored with the game, and I was good at moving the plumber around. Because of that, it was easier for me to learn Kaizo. Like, nobody ever taught me Kaizo. All the stuff that I've ever said is just like stuff that I've, either figured out or talked to other people. We as a community develop a conversation. I'm repeating points that others have made as well. But like, y'all new Kaizo players now have the benefit of having someone there to teach them Kaizo. To ask a question like this and get an answer. Mangort, let's go. Mangort, careful. In there. GG. Get some hype in chat. What's up? What's up? Funny cracking sound. As long as it's funny. Like a clown honking. If it's a painful sound, then stop. But if it's like a funny clown honking sound, then you're probably fine. But, my main point really is like, no one taught me Kaizo. I played Mario World to the point where I was just really good at moving the character around, and everything else came from that. If you're good enough at moving the character around and you have access to some amount of resources, just like, hey, did you know you can do this trick at all? If you're good at moving the character, you will be able to be good at everything else. But it all comes from that. And then the less good you are at moving the character, the more difficult it will be to accumulate new information and learn, get some new thing. I don't know. I feel sometimes like I have these I have this answer that like nobody wants to hear. Or people, because I've given this spiel a million times now, play the vanilla game, treat it like a martial art, move the character, that's the way. And I sometimes feel like I'm like a really disappointing guru on the hill. You go to see the Kung Fu master on the hill and you think that the answer, what do I do to become a champion martial artist? And you think the answer is going to be some amazing journey and he just tells you to eat carrots or something. It's just like, it's not the cool, awesome advice you wanted to hear. It's not a heroic journey of epic proportions. It's just you sit there and practice jumping on blocks for a year. But, but you can do other stuff in the meantime too. Don't let me tell you what to do. But, always just be playing other Kaizos, be, trying out new gimmicks, be reaching above your skills a little bit to just see what that all feels like. But don't forget to just take it back to a sandbox. You got to go back to the sandbox and just play with the character in a safe environment. That means the vanilla game or a standard hack or some kind of something like that is you just have to get good at the abstract. Because Kaizo is just situational. You're doing a particular shell jump. You're doing a particular type of spin jump. You're only learning situations when you play Kaizo, not necessarily the skills. You're backwards. To learn Kaizo by playing Kaizo. You learn the fundamentals so that you may apply them to Kaizo. Sorry if I seem kind of rambly, but this is a topic I'm passionate about. And as a Mario World player since 1992, I feel like I have some form of insight here. Still though, we do have a race. We got Mangor, we got Proto Pizza, we got Ender of Games, and What's Up Dot. Everybody's just working. It's a Kaizo grind on a Saturday night. I hope you're feeling comfy. Plus, we get Booster's Tower music, so I'm feeling good. I don't know, video games as a martial art. The development of video game skill as the development of a martial arts skill. And it doesn't have to be martial arts, but I just really, to make the point that everyone understands that when you learn how to juggle, if you want to be a clown, if you really want to be a clown, just turn on a couple of podcasts But, if you want to be a funny clown and you want to learn how to juggle to make people happy, we all immediately understand that there's a deep lexicon of skill there. You must study and practice and work hard on, what do you mean? It's just throwing. Sometimes when people say, oh, it's just video games, like, it makes me kind of think as though they're saying, oh, what do you mean juggling is just throwing balls? I mean, it's easy. Anybody does it. I don't know why you care. To make the conversation about that deep lexicon, that you can treat games as a martial art, and when you do, you get feedback from them as though it were a martial art. For all intents and purposes, it is. Nah, that ad for Clown College had no effect on me whatsoever. I'll tell you one thing, I don't want to go to Clown College. Alright, that's it. You people have held me back long enough. I'm going to Clown College. Alright, I'm back. Clown College is a fast course. It's a correspondence Clown College. I got my clown GED. Well, hey there, friends. Thanks for making Romhack races a little part of your evening here. We do have a race. Meanwhile, I'm just talking about nonsense. Mangor, Proto Pizza, Ender of Games, what's up, Dot? Second section, if you're just joining us, exclamation leaderboard if you want to see who got it tonight. And website, go over to romhackraces.com if you want to try this level out for yourself or play any of our other cool, fun ROM hacks, Romhacku. I've heard that, I read that back in the day in Japan, they would sometimes refer to them as a Haku Ramu, which I thought was kind of kawaii. Look out, Ender of Games. Oh boy. Gotta guide that fuzzy around lower left-hand corner. Nicely done. And that's a big H. Watch out, buddy. And an even bigger H to follow. Ender of Games ending it. Well, in a good way. For now. Nicely done. They had a little bit of trouble with the first section, but they came roaring back in the second. It is Endless Ascent here. Lower left. Endless Ascent, Mangor, Proto Pizza. What's up, Dot? You keep saying the names of these racers so you hear them. For those just joining us too, if you didn't know, or it was a little bit tough to put together visually, the giant fuzzy here, Fuzzilla, moves like a disco shell. Big old hitbox on Fuzzilla, so it's a nice big platform to spin jump on. And yeah, moves very, very similar, if not exactly the same, to a standard disco shell. So it's just a little bit bigger, that's all. But you know, something about Giant Fuzzy is, to me, cooler than Giant Disco Shell. You know? Like you know, maybe it's just like the expression, the face, the eyes. Whereas, you know, Disco Shell is just, it's just a shell. Endless Ascent, lower left, trying to get the checkpoint. They need to get the Goomba, regular bop the Goomba, kill the Fuzzy guarding the pipe with it. Nice try. Nice job! Hey! What's up, Dot? Sheesh, I looked away for half a second and I look back and they're jumping through that H. Did you know, fun fact, GG Dot, did you know that the manual refers to that as the giant goal? There's the midway goal, that's the H, and there's the big H is the giant goal. Or I'm sorry, excuse me, giant gate. Midway gate and giant gate. Good job. What's up, Dot? Good heckin' job. Great job to everybody. Again, go follow the racers. Make some new friends on this bonkers platform of ours. Come back and see us again every Saturday. More for the benefit of those that are new, but come back and see us on Saturdays at 8 for another Romhack race. We have fresh Super Mario World levels every week. If you want to join in and race with us, that's totally cool. Always open to the public. All you got to do is sign up just to let us know that you are racing and we should check your stream out. All this and more on romhackraces.com. I don't know who our maker next week is off the top of my head, but we have a really stacked lineup of makers pretty much until at least like the end of the year. Signups we're booked out for a while, so there's no shortage of really cool levels to see. Plus KLDC and everything else going on. There's like more. There's like I play Kaizo professionally full time for a living. Right now, there is more Kaizo available than I can shake a stick at. I'm not. It's been a bit since I've been this behind on playing some of the new ones. I haven't even gotten to play Sure Shot yet. That's been out for weeks. It all looks so fun, but I'm doing fun stuff as it stands. We got KLDC, which has been oh my gosh, some of the best levels. I think this really is our best KLDC ever. They've all been good. This one tops them all, I think. Oh, are we gonna next week a Romhack race for Transliberation? Mars is gonna be our maker. That is gonna be something else. Ooh, cool. Yo, friends, if you will, pardon me for 1 second. I gotta get up real quick. Dude, I don't know, do something cool and tell me about it when I get back. I'll be right back. All right, hey, I made it. I made it back. Did some cool stuff happen? Oh, everybody, quick beat the level. I was too fast. I was speedrunning. Taha, you can't beat me. Speedrunning. I missed it. I'll have to get a better split next time. Looks like Endless Ascent's looking for that pipe in the lower left. Endless Ascent. So yeah, Fuzzy moves like a disco shell. Gotta move left and right to kind of get out of the way, because the Fuzzy's gonna come at you wherever you are. But there's a minor amount of delay there. So Endless is looking for an opportunity to bop the Goomba with a regular jump, not a spin, and then pick up the Goomba and safely, nicely done. See, yeah. I told them to do that. Endless Ascent right into that pipe. GG. You don't often see an obstacle where you have to kill a fuzzy. And yo, hey, speaking of new hacks, I wanted to mention Jez Jitsu, you got a new one out that seems to be generating some buzz. I will be looking forward to playing or moderating it. Whatever the case may be. I'm sure I will enjoy it. We had 18 sign up tonight, the softest, and these are our final 4 tonight. Race was run one. Blah, whoa, 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 what a tongue twister. The race was won by Revelug. I'm sorry, by You Fail Me and then Revelug in a 3-second tie. One thing I do want to mention, which I haven't really seen racers go for here, not that their strats wouldn't work or aren't working, but there is sort of an alternate way to go about some of these obstacles, especially in the second section. Blue Ribbon, nice try on the pipe there. So, like, in some cases, the activated grab block, you see that glowing grab block there? That's just sitting there on the 1F0, right? That's where Mithrillionaire put it, that's where it spawns in. And because of that, you know that it's not gonna, move through. It's not gonna cross that barrier. So, if you grab the block and throw it manually, you introduce another point of failure, which is maybe you throw it at the wrong time or at the wrong angle or something. Another option that these players have that I haven't really seen anyone go for is just to nudge the block. All you have to do to get that block moving is just touch it. Just literally touch it. If you're holding Y or X, you'll grab it, but if you're neutral, you'll just bonk it. And normally that would just mean it would fall, but because it's on that 1F0, it's just going to start sliding. And so by doing that, you eliminate the point of failure of grabbing it and throwing it. And that's a good example of just less inputs. Less inputs means less points of failure. So if it's possible in a Kaizo level to do 2 actions less and achieve the same result, or 3 or 4 or however many, go for that. Why not? You're doing less, and therefore there's just less for you to fail at in the first place. Man, please put the biggest emotes you have in chat to show your support for Fuzzilla. And, it would be absolutely terrifying to be chased by something this big. I mean, really, just the relationship between Mario and Fuzzilla, like, that would be scary. If I were Mario, I would not be pleased here. Fun fact, the fuzzies, as far as I've always understood it, the fuzzies are soot sprites. Have you ever seen what, Spirited Away? With Kamaji, the guy in the boiler room, and he animates all the little soot sprites to do the chores for him. That's a thing in Japanese folklore. That's not just a thing they made up. They're just borrowing from a common Japanese folkloric thing. I think that's what the fuzzies are. I think they're animated soot sprites. Imagine if you could have a little swarm of fuzzies that would do chores for you. Mangort Proto Pizza, Endless Ascent, Blue Ribbon High Life. Blue Ribbon on what? Yeah, Section 1. Everybody else working on Section 2. You like to see the dedication. That's what it's all about. I like that obstacle too that Blue Ribbon just beat. It's kind of adaptable. This one as well. There's a couple of ways to get through it. And I like that kind of leaving it open more to the player's style. You know what would be cool? It just got me thinking. I could almost see a like a Fuzzilla sequel. And what if Fuzzilla could smash through walls? Kind of like a Kool-Aid Man. Like, you got to keep Fuzzilla moving around. But then there are certain bricks that you can put in the way that Mario can't break, but Fuzzilla will just smash through. Mangort in the upper left. Oh! Gotta use that pipe to reset. They're spinning, and then you go in the pipe, and pipes reset your jump. So you come out of that in a regular jump, and then you won't destroy the bat. Oh, sheesh, yeah, there was a third. Oh, yeah, there was a third. Big Harkness. The Ninja. Yeah, we've had big Galumba, we've had Big Fuzzy, and we've had Big Ninja. You know who else could be cool? Bigified, a dolphin. I think an extra big dolphin would be cool. Maybe more of a whale. Have we? I think we might have had big swoopers. I gotta say, you know, World 4 Giant Land in Mario 3, where everything is giant, my favorite world. Favorite world in Mario 3. It's the one that looks like uncanny, you know, it's just weird. Okay, there is a big swooper. I mean, at a certain point, they're gonna fill up the whole screen. Yeah, what's up, Dot? That's the obstacle that's, I think, been giving everybody the most trouble here right now. I'll point it out next time someone's on it. Yeah, okay, Proto Pizza's about to get there. Oh yeah, that is true. There actually is a giant vanilla Sprite. I guess, I mean, Bonsai Bill's technically Mega Moles and the Clown Car. Yeah. That's kind, you know, that's interesting too. There's like canonical support for having giant sprites in Mario World. That's like something the game did. Mega Mole, you know, the Monty Mole and the Mega Mole. You got your Monty Moles, you got your Mega Moles, you got your Monty Mega Moles. Now, the Mega Monty Mole comes with a 5-year limited warranty, and you're going to want to use that because the tires go out on these things like crazy. I didn't say that out loud, did I? Anyhow, you still want to buy a car, right? Slaps roof of level. This baby can fit so many fuzzies in it. You know, we're all talking a lot about Mega Fuzzilla here, but again, I really would like to direct your attention back to the fuzzy bats. I really think that just makes... I just love them. I really, really love them. There's something in Mario World hacking where people kind of do this, and it's this like unspoken kind of aesthetic where like if you have one thing that's the theme, then you turn all the other stuff into that. Like if Chucks were the theme, you could have little Chuck bats or Mario head bats or something. There's something about Mario World hacking that gets people to do that, and it's endearing to me. It's one of those weird little things about Mario World hacking that I like. Like how all cultures kind of invent similar ideas in some cases. Like across many different eras and disciplines, people have just decided to make other enemies into other enemies. It's funny to me. Big shoutouts again to Mithrillionaire, our maker tonight. If you want to sign up, well, you should. And you can on Romhack Races. Yeah, Proto Pizza, man. Mangort may be getting the right idea at that loop around section. But one thing I'm noticing, I don't necessarily want to, you know, make people into bad examples or anything. But one thing I'm noticing here is that Proto Pizza could change up their strats just a little bit and be a little bit more effective if they were to nudge the block. Mangort, yeah, going for that same obstacle. That's the one... That obstacle that Mangort just died on, that's the one that's giving everybody trouble right now. And I think it's partially because there's not as many people nudging the block. Because to grab it, and you want to throw that block at something that is situated along the line of the 1F0. If you grab it, now you're rising up above it, and you have to back up and make a far shot. It's much more difficult to grab the block and throw it at the target than it is to just nudge it. And Mangort getting through with that strat. Let's see in the upper left if they can make a play for the end here. Mangort looking good in the upper left-hand corner of your TV. They just got to bust through these bats and not get too hasty with this big fuzzy still chasing them. Nicely done, Mangort. Good read. And that's going to be a checkpoint, but yeah, not for long. They see that. They see that giant goal over there. Oh, gotta use the mega fuzzy. Hey, GG, Mangort, way to play. A hard-fought victory. Well done. That's the good stuff, man. You know, people trying their best. It's Romhack Races, but it's a fun community showcase wrapped up in a race. The race is the shiny wrapping paper that you enjoy and then throw away to get to the good stuff within, the community and the fun. So put some GGs up in chat. Don't make the mistake of thinking someone that took a little bit longer is a bad Kaizo player. These are tough levels. We're down to 3. We got Proto Pizza, Endless Ascent, Blue Ribbon High Life, me and you and everybody. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Never get tired of the Booster Tower theme song. There's something about it. I think it's real cool how everybody in chat's hanging out and supporting the racers that are still running. That's really kind of y'all. Thanks for making Romhack Races a part of your Saturday. I hope to be able to do this for a long time to come. This is an interesting level too, and I just realized why this reason is because normally the big fuzzy moves like a disco shell, but normally you are like needing to contend with the wedge-shaped hitbox of the disco shell, and so you're bouncing off of it and you're getting kicked off at weird angles, and you have to like learn how to survive bouncing on the disco, and then you also have to learn how the disco moves. In this case, you don't have to worry about bouncing anymore, right? If you land on the fuzzy, you're just going to bounce. You're not going to get pushed off in some direction, and it's going to be awkward. This is a really good way to teach yourself how to control a disco shell a little bit better. You know, disco shell just responds to your position and your movement. And there's a whole certain video game playing theory about how to deal with in-game elements that directly respond to your position. The way I think about it, which is maybe sort of a holdover from childhood, but the way I think about it is like I'm just controlling 2 characters at once. The fuzzy, it looks like it's a sprite, it moves around, it does things, but what is it doing apart from what you're telling it to do? Nothing. All it does is move how you move. Its movement is, and Disco Shell, Fishing Boo kind of pretty much work this way, with a few caveats. Its movement is a function of your movement. So just factor that into your movement. Does that make sense? You know, play to control it. Don't play to avoid it. Play to control, right? Just tell it what to do. Be the boss. Sure, yeah, it's a rubber, yeah, that's another good way to put it. Yeah, it's a rubber band. That's a good way to think about it, that there's just an invisible rubber band that connects that thing and Mario. And if it can get some tension or bounce around. Sometimes you want to create that tension. You know, think about that too. You know, you're manipulating the connection between the two of you. So if you want to, maybe you want to wind up and pull a lot of tension away by creating a lot of space because you want the thing to snap back in the other direction. Maybe you don't. That's a nice way to put it. If you don't mind, I'm gonna use that analogy in the future. I like how you put that. Rubber banding is a thing that we know in gaming. But, you know, you can either be a defensive position or an active position. I was just playing a game right before we started today, Juno First. Shoutouts to anybody in chat that knows this obscure little arcade game. But Juno First is a game entirely of things are shooting at you. You move to get them to shoot where you want. And here goes Proto Pizza trying to get where they want. Upper right-hand corner, looking for those bats. Dropping down in the pipe. Oh, they're trying to be real careful, but remember that rubber band. If they don't move quickly, the fuzzy is going to stick really close to them. And if they move far away, the fuzzy is going to move more erratically. They got it, though. Good stuff, good stuff. Look out, Proto Pizza. Oh, nice. A little quantum fuzzy jump there. Right out of the lava. Nicely done. And there's a win for Proto Pizza. GG. Well played. Corn dilly, it's a dilly of a dilly, corn dilly, it's a dilly of a dilly of a dilly, corn dilly, it's a dilly of a corn dilly, dilly, it's a dilly of, it's corn dilly. I made up lyrics to the corn dilly song, so what? Corn dilly, it's a dilly of a corn, a dilly of a corn dilly, it's a dilly of a corn, a dilly of a corn dilly, it's a dilly of a corn, a dilly of a corn dilly. Corn dilly, it's a dilly of a corn, a dilly of a corn dilly. It fits. Good lyrics. We got Endless Ascent, Blue Ribbon High Life here, working hard, trying to get out of the path of the Mecha Fuzzy. I keep saying Mecha Fuzzy. It's Fuzzilla. It's a dilly of a corn, a dilly. Corn dilly either sounds delicious, or it sounds like you ever had like a dilly bar? Anybody know? Am I old enough to be the only one that remembers a dilly bar? It's just like this vanilla ice cream. But I was just thinking that a corn dilly bar would probably not be that great. But you know, ice cream corn is kind of funny to me now that I'm thinking about it. You know, like remember they had like chocolate tacos? Good job, Proto Pizza. Thanks for the raid. Great race with you. You know how they have like chocolate tacos that like it looks like a taco but it's just ice cream? That'd be funny if they had ice cream corn on the cob and it was like a corn cob with little ice cream little kernels on it, but it like looked like a corn cob but it was ice cream. Sometimes people shouldn't just listen to me say whatever comes into my mind. Sometimes I really feel like I'm scamming people by just having them come in here and just me having a microphone and I just say things and then you listen. I really feel like I'm getting away with something here. No, I'm out of your mind. I'm in mine. You're in your mind. Get it right. Jeez. If you were me, then I'd be you. And I'd use your body to get to the top. Come on, Ace Ventura. This is Super Mario in the year 2022. We get wild existential. Mario post Kaizo is a strange place because Mario hacks have really taken a bent towards the existential. And I think we have hacks like Supersonic to thank for that. And I legitimately, I mean thank, not like a sarcastic thank. You know, hacks like Transliberation, Supersonic, and others who have really just put Kaizo Mario into this place of like very existential meta humor. You know, we've gone from just like regular kind of standard hacks, and then Takamoto style Kaizo made us all mean, and then we got all like artsy and classy with it, and now in the modern age we're just like weirdly existential, and I'm here for it. You know, it's been a great transformation to watch and to be a part of. According to my own research and nomenclature, we're currently smack dab in the middle of the 4th age of Kaizo, and we will be until 2027. That's when the 4th age ends, and the 5th age will begin. 1987 to 1997, first era. 97 to 2007, second era. 2007 to 2017, third era. 17 to 27. Fourth era. And if you look at the hacks that came out within those times, that 10-year cycle fits surprisingly well. I think there really is something to be said for that, and I'm not just kind of making things up. I mean, I am making things up, but if you look at how Kaizo changed within those time frames, the 10-year eras work really well, because Kaizo between 2007 and 2017, it hits a point. You know, it has a whole arc and an evolution, and then from 17 into the present, it kind of builds on top of that. What era does Gandalf shows up? Well, he dies in the first era, but then he comes back in the fourth. Maybe in a couple of years he'll be back, but we have to search the forest for him, and then we got to do that side quest at Isengard with the orb. So I don't think we're leveled enough yet for that personally. So I guess it's back to the swamp of fighting goblins. By the way, anybody want to buy a Staff of Mystery for only 5,000 gold? You know, there are, you know, if Gandalf wouldn't be Takamoto, because Gandalf is essentially an angel in Lord of the Rings mythology. Maiar, I think, is the name. Not Mylar, which is what I always think. Yeah, Gandalf is made out of Mylar, so in Lord of the Rings mythology, Gandalf is like an ageless, timeless incarnation. Like he's just incarnated as an old man. He's some kind of super god. And going by that logic, there are beings ancient and more hidden and secretive in Kaizo than Takamoto. In fact, Takamoto is more of a Frodo or a Samwise Gamgee. If we're making these weird Lord of the Rings comparisons, Takamoto is much more of a modern figure than some of the very ancient hackers who came before. The oldest, the individual who is responsible for the creation of the oldest identifiable Mario hack is alive and well and still involved with games and living a good life. And I'm not going to say any more than that because I don't want people to get weird or track him down or get him to talk or anything, but I know on a first-hand basis that the oldest identifiable Kaizo maker is a very cool, mysterious person who is just living a good life somewhere. They like games, they have fun, they have interests and hobbies, and seem to be just having a nice time. The maker of the first ever Kaizo hack, we don't know who they are. Even more mysterious than Takamoto. But the maker of the second ever Kaizo hack, we do know who they are. They're doing all right. What is the second Kaizo hack? It's a hack of Super Mario Brothers called Super Truth Brothers. The first ever, one could say the absolute oldest, identifiable in any shape of the word, the oldest, like, complete Mario Romhack fan-made creation. Nice try, Blue Ribbon. Nice try. The oldest ever Mario hack is a hack called Tonkachi Mario. It's a hack of the it's a hack of the Japanese disc of Mario 1 from 1987. Kaizo started in 1987. And yeah, the second identifiable hack is Super Truth Brothers. And perhaps even more mysterious, Super Truth Brothers 2. Super Truth Brothers is known to exist, but there's only one copy, and the creator keeps it and will not upload it online. You would literally have to go there to play it. Super Truth Brothers 2 might not even exist at all, but it was in development. So it's like out there. And these all predate Kaizo 1 by more than 10 years. These are 1987, 1988, 1990, early 90s. got about an hour and a half in. We're hanging out here with Endless Ascent and Blue Ribbon High Life, me and you and everybody. Thanks for being a part of Romhack Races. I say this over and over again in case somebody new came in and they didn't hear that I'm thankful that you're here. What are you all playing this weekend? It's Saturday night. It's a good time for some video gaming. Anybody getting into some new games or dusting off an old favorite? I've been having a good time rediscovering some favorites on MAME. I realized that with my fight stick that I got to play Street Fighter, I can now play arcade games with a joystick in my very own home. So I've been playing Bomb Jack, Juno First, and a little bit of Tumble Pop. Blue Ribbon, just gotta watch out, man. You know, giant Godzilla fuzzy. I'll have to check that out. You know, Doc, I haven't really browsed around SMWX, the Japanese SMW Central resource. I'll have to browse around that. Playing some Slay the Spire, very cool. Yo, I'm sorry to hear that, homie. That's rough. I really hope you feel better soon. And, you know, I'm sure you're making good decisions and all that, but that's rough, and I'm really sorry you have to deal with that. Best wishes for a quick recovery. I mean that. Borderlands 3, nice. Are there any Japanese Kaizo hacks people outside Japan aren't aware of? Well, I mean, maybe, but I wouldn't be aware of them. You know, VIP comes to mind. The VIP series comes to mind. Hyper 6, the Hyper series comes to mind. Luigi's Adventure. But those are, you know, those are kind of known. I'm not yeah, there you go. I'm not familiar with the SIG series. It would be interesting to dive into more of those kind of obscure, kind of ancient hacks. That sounds like a mission for K-Tune. K-Tune does a lot of that kind of thing. Plays the kind of really obscure ones that might not even be possible, or we don't even know how to beat them. Oh, no, not at all, Sion. In fact, did you know that T. Takamoto himself suggested VIP was safer and more fun than Kaizo? Yo, B is playing Illusion of Gaia. Nice. My wife really likes that game. Oh, Blue Ribbon making a good run here, left side. Yo, let's go, Blue Ribbon, you got this. Oh, they got this, This is it. I'm pointing to the fence for them. You got this, Blue Ribbon. Just be real careful. Yeah, that's it. Just real careful. In there, I did it. That was me. I did it. I got that checkpoint. Yeah, good job, Glitch Cat. Glitch Cat 7 with the checkpoint. He did it. Oh, I can't believe it. Wow, what a player. Unbelievable. Glitch Cat wins. Yay. No, just kidding. That was all Blue Ribbon High Life with the assist by me, Glitch Cat. That's just like in that one part from The Simpsons where they're playing on the softball team, and Mr. Burns is like, "You, Sammy Sosa, hit a home run," and then he does, and Mr. Burns is like, "I told him to do that." I think about that when I watch streamers, or I watch like Romhack races. Like, streamer, you should blah 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 blah, and then they do it, and I'm like, I told them to do that. As though I had any hand in their success. I did not. It was all them. I'm merely putting one on. Maybe two. I'm merely tying a few on. That causes me to wonder, where'd that expression come from? If you tie a few on, you have some drinks, some libations. Where does that one? You want to tie a couple on? Where does that one come from? Like what? You're like tying the bottles onto your wagon or something, or you like gotta like tie the keg to the hood of your car. I don't know. What's the origin of that expression? A documentary about the history of Kaizo would be pretty rad. That's a large undertaking, especially for one individual to do. But I think that would honestly, you know what? I think it would be better as a multi-part series. I really feel like you would almost need multiple videos to cover multiple eras and developments and things. We're certainly at the point, I feel, as a community where we have a sort of documentary length amount of history to tell. And there's a lot of different topics to get into in that. For me, I think what would be most fascinating is, and this is more me, this is like why I'm not good at making, well, it's why I don't make YouTube videos as much, but I think for me what would be fascinating would be, a history of the actual developments in gameplay. When, how the thought evolved, how we went from the sort of design in Tonkachi into something else. Where did significant developments and ideas, the history of the artistic medium, a history of art development. And here's Endless Ascent trying to develop their way into that pipe. Oh, nice strat there, making that swoop all the way across the bats. And that kind of ensures that they have a nice clean line and they kill all those bats where they need to. Where are you going, Endless? Where are you going? And that is GG for Endless Ascent. Nicely done. Y'all are kind and cool and wonderful. I really appreciate the opportunity to do these for you. You hear my silly voice talking, but Romhack Races is brought to you by a community of really kind volunteers who give their time every week to help us out. Really big thanks to Dr. No for running the restream, making sure you all see it, posting the patches, helping us out, stay organized. Really, really appreciate that. Doc is the glue that helps hold us together. We would not be able to do it without Doc. Of course, D to the fourth, she is always kind and wonderful, helping us out with the leaderboard. You can check out more of her stuff on d2the4th.space. Check her out on Patreon. She has done so much for the Kaizo community. D4 has her own chapter in the history of Kaizo. Thank you all for being a part of this tonight. Again, shout outs to Kerr, RB Pimlico, SQL, and also me. Shout outs to me because I helped test this level. We are a volunteer team. If you want to be a part of that, please feel free to sign up on romhackraces.com. Go to the Discord, hang out and talk shop with us, and join us next week for another race. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you're ready. Sign up and race with us if you want to, or just hang out and watch the race. We really, really appreciate it. Oh, thanks Kelgan for scouting and entering times. Big shout outs to me. That's right, Kerr. Shout outs to me. Yeah, thanks for remembering. Shout outs to all of you for being as kind as you are. Follow the racers, get some friends in the Kaizo community, go and find some people to watch. Keep practicing, and don't give up. Don't forget, you matter. Your thoughts matter, your heart matters, your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 long boy for it. And the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know for a fact Black lives matter, LGBTQIA plus lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled lives matter. You too. Keep practicing. Work on your skills. Don't give up. Take care of yourself. Give yourself some credit. It's a tough world out there. We're trying our best. Keep hacking. And I hope to see you tomorrow. I may be on my stream tomorrow, and I'll see you all on Saturday for another Romhack race. Have a good night. Peace out.